I didn't see you up there, Albert. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's get started. Mario, what's up? See you down there.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Nothing much, nothing much. So, for anyone that's new and anyone that's going to see this recording, this is not just for EXP agents. This is not just for agents. This is for everyone. However, it is sponsored by the Black EXP Network. People will trickle in. Typically, we have a packed house around like 12, 10 or so, but we're going to get this party going. So, to kick it off, we're going to be talking about marketing moves, online marketing, social media marketing. Got an all-star panel today, just like last month and the month before. But so we've been doing real good with these masterminds. Let's start off with them introducing themselves. They're going to tell you a little bit about themselves and what they do and where they're from and whatever else they want to tell you. Albert is our special guest from Blended Sense. So we're going to kick it off with you.
Dang, Benny, making me feel special on a Thursday. Good morning, everybody. I'm Albert Baez, co-founder and CEO of Blended Sense. Simply put, we're like Uber, but for video production. So anytime, anywhere, U.S., Canada, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, you can book a videographer to come and film and produce video content for your business. We've been at it for 6.5 years. I'm originally from New York City. Been in Austin 11 years. My wife is the creator. She's a commercial film and TV actor, and really happy to be here. We've done some work with Black EXP at some of y'all's events, and that's always been a vibe and an absolute blast. So thank you for having me, Benny.
Yes, sir. And not that Albert is special. I mean, all the panelists are specialists. So he's special. All of the panelists are special. He's special. They're all special. He's our special surprise guest. He was not on the initial promotion. He got back to me earlier in the week after the promo went out. But I was like, instead of putting him on the flyer, let's go ahead and let everyone that has been following Blended Citizens can use that information. See him here. So let's kick it off with the ladies first, since we put the surprise. Lacey, tell us about yourself.
Hey everyone, Lacey Harris. Was in general brokerage, been in real estate for about 6 years, was in general brokerage, and then recently, 3 months ago, transitioned over to new construction sales. If you heard of Meritage Homes, that is who I'm with. We're nationwide. So yeah. Um,
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Keeping with the ladies. Chinwa, your phone on. I think you're on mute, Chinwa. While we're waiting, sport. Introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. So my name is Sport, real name John Adams, but I I like to go by Sport. Sticks out more. Mastermind in marketing. I could sell anything to anybody. I've done it time and time again. And I just really think that the world is based on marketing. Anything you if you conquer or you just learn how to market. You can jump into any business, anytime, and you can succeed at a high level. And I'm living proof, and that's what I'm here to talk about today.
Semi humble. You didn't.
I
Sport.
tried my hardest.
I said semi because you said you can market anything, but more about sports. Sport, if you've known Super Bowl, All Star, CIAA, those type of events, in addition to what he does locally and now internationally, he's the event planner and the host for those events. So, and when I say host, he puts them together. He's funding those. Has some of not the actual event, the Super Bowl, but if you have like Lil Wayne, or if you have some big artists and you want to know that party to go to, you want to find him. Michael, tell us about yourself.
Michael Swanson Jr., Bay Area realtor, content creator, real estate marketing coach. Yeah, man, just here to give some insight. Appreciate y'all having me.
And I seen your social media popping. And everybody being humble today about themselves. We're gonna pull it out though. Chinwa, you ready? Let's go.
Yeah, how y'all doing? I'm Chinwa. I'm originally from Miami. I live in Charlotte. I've been an agent for like 4.5 years. I'm also a content creator. I service and help and I work with brands, and social media is has changed my life.
Okay, let's kick it off. We got boss lady Rachel in the room. Shout out Rachel. Let's just stay on the ladies. So starting with Lacey, what's your platform of choice on with the online marketing? So it could be social media.
Yes, my platform of choice now catering to agents and to buyers as well. So I use Facebook. A lot of agents are heavily in the networking groups on Facebook. So I use that to target all my agents at one time. And then also Instagram too. Agents and buyers are also on Instagram. So I will use Instagram to target both as well. Honestly, both of them has brought me the most return investments since using both of them, honestly. Like I said, I just started to do new construction sales, and between both of my content, reaching out to people on both content, Facebook and Instagram, within my second week that I got released to sell, I've already have had sales just with doing marketing on
Okay.
both those platforms.
Yep. Chinwa, platform of choice and why? You got a lot of
Bread
content
and
out there too.
butter is Instagram. Would you say, Benny?
No, I said you have a lot of content as well.
Yeah, thank you. My bread and butter is Instagram, because it's easier for me to use. It was kind of what I was already using before, and so I just kind of stuck to what I know. I started posting on Facebook, and I also use TikTok, but I don't talk about real estate on TikTok. I just like talk on there. But my bread and butter is Instagram. I call it MoneyGram because it brings in a lot of income.
Michael, platform of choice and why?
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing Chinua said. I was already using Instagram, so just natively that's what stuck for me, and that's what blew up for me. I post most of my content that I post on TikTok. I mean, that I post on Instagram. I also post on TikTok. It doesn't do as well on TikTok, but Instagram is really my bread and butter.
Sports, same question, but I've known for you to pretty much always have a lot of followers or friends throughout the different platforms, starting with Facebook. So what's your platform of choice, or do you pretty much maneuver through them all?
I would say whatever, wherever the people at. I'm pretty good with Instagram. It comes kind of simple. Just really going outside the box. Like I think that I was the first ever commercial agent to post commercial locations like raw, nasty, not visually pleasing restaurants, greasy, dirty. But I always knew that an entrepreneur, they had the vision. I didn't need this video to be pretty. I just needed somebody to see it and say, I could put my business there. So, whatever platform, is popping, we're gonna figure out how to use it. But right now, like they said, Instagram has been good to me. MoneyGram.
MoneyGram. Albert, platform of choice, or how are you utilizing them?
Yeah, similar. I'm talking from a perspective of a business, a brand, right? So an Uber-esque, we're striving to be the Uber of video.
Mhm.
For us, is similar to John's answer is the avatar, right? Or sports answer is the avatar. So on Instagram, real estate is a big audience on our platform, and so real estate agents are on Instagram. Y'all are not on LinkedIn, but all the mortgage brokers are on LinkedIn, right? Which I don't know why agents are not on LinkedIn. I feel like a lot of y'all SOI, you could build a big SOI there with some high net worth folks that are, pre-qualified for you guys. But yeah, for us as the avatar, right? Right now, our main segments is real estate, finance, legal, and medical. And so legal, medical, and mortgage, we're speaking to them on LinkedIn. Whereas real estate coaches and speakers, we're speaking to them on Instagram right now.
Okay. So leave it with you, Albert. I'm new to the business, whatever my business is, because like I said, it's not just for agents, not just for EXP agents. I'm new to business and getting on social media or on the social platform. Have no followers. What should I do next?
Man. So you just asked the question around platforms, right? To
Yep.
me, the platforms will tell you where to go because the data is there for them. But really, if you're just starting out, you got to find a way, a cost-effective, reliable, consistent way for you to create content. And that looks different for everybody. And so I would encourage anybody starting out, before you figure out what platforms, what this and that, figure out who you're speaking to, and then what kind of content is going to resonate with them, contextually relatable, right, and relevant, and then just focus on getting a system down to create that content, whether it's DIY, selfie style, etc., or you're working with a creative professional to create that content on a monthly, quarterly basis. And then once you have that foundation down, the rest of it is going to show itself, because you should be able to post at a high volume to get feedback, get an insight, and then adjust accordingly with the creative.
Thank you. Michael, same thing. How do I grow my following if I'm just starting out?
I mean, I build my following just by being myself, right? So I think my brand was built just off being myself. That's what I tell people when they come ask me. It's only one you in the entire universe. It's only one you. So being yourself is gonna bring your tribe to you. Um, I do content that's might not, a lot of people might not relate to. A lot of people do relate to. Some people might not like. A lot of people do like. So I don't worry about the people that are not for me. I worry about the attracting the people that are for me and just being myself. And I feel like those people will come. So I feel like, of course, you got to do content. You got to build a steady motion of content. But in that content, be yourself. Be authentic. My brand started picking up 1,000% once I started being myself in my content. So
Did I see you post something about an open house? Did you do a content where you were what an agent would be doing at an open house in reality?
yeah,
You got
yeah,
that
yeah,
funny where you're
yeah.
playing with the door stoppers and everything.
Right, right.
Moving on to Lacey about being you. I got on her. She didn't even recognize. I realized that she have a distinctive walk. I was like, all your videos has this walk. So if somebody is being themselves, it's her. So Lacey, your advice to someone trying to build it up.
I would just say, like, just piggyback on what everybody else say, just really being yourself. People gravitate to my personality, just being very bubbly, being a person that comes off very warm. I'm going to entertain you, but I'm also going to educate you as well. But for me, you're just going to sense that genuine um want for me, if I should say. I will also too say don't overthink it. Like literally the idea come to your mind, just do it. So I've gotten so much better at that. I always want to be perfect, worrying about what I look like. And it's like, no, bump it. Let's just get the message across. And I've noticed that me being very consistent, I'm getting a lot of people that's DMing me, a lot of people that's emailing me, a lot of people that's reaching out to me. So seeing that you get the value of just being consistent makes you just be like, forget it, I don't even care at the end of the day. Let me just get the word, let me get the message across, let me inform these people. So yeah.
Like it. So gonna shift sport. Talk to me about those that's trying to overcome camera shyness. I don't want to be on the camera. I don't want to speak. Did you have that? And if you did, how did you overcome it? If you didn't have that, then what advice would you give?
Hell no, I ain't never had that. Um, if you don't want to get on the camera, you don't want to make no money. So I mean, if you want to be broke, then don't get on the camera. If you want to make some money, get on the camera. Mistakes I think make you more real. I never forget on Reasonable Doubt, Jay-Z first album, he said he came into the rap game 100 grand strong, well, nine to be exact, from grinding G packs. And when I heard that, I'm like, did this man just make a mistake on a whole in a song? Like he quoted 100 grand and he was like, well, nine to be exact. And that attracted me because I'm like, he's really being him, even while he's in the booth rapping. And I think that was very authentic. I think that what we have to understand, and I did have to learn this part, is that we, just like Michael said, Lacey said, we are going to attract who we attract. You're not gonna get nobody that don't want to work with you, and you don't want nobody that don't want to work because they're gonna be a headache. They ain't gonna trust you. They're gonna question you. So just really be yourself because there's so many buyers in the world and so many sellers. and some of them relate to you. They want a person like you. I would only want to buy from a person like me. But there's a lot of people, and some are going to be your family members, and that's going to be a hard pill to swallow. But they don't want to buy from you. You know what I mean? You'll find out they bought a house on the low. Um, but you'll get some people that'll come to you that you maybe didn't think that you were even that cool with, and they're like, yo, I love what you're doing, I want you to be my realtor. So just really be authentic to who you are. Getting over the camera shyness is really just being in your comfort zone, doing what you think may be funny, entertaining. And one thing that I've always been successful with is having the ability to know what the people want before they know that they want it. And then you ask yourself, well, how do you do that? The way you do that is just really asking yourself, because you are the people. What do you want to see? What would you stop on? Like, would you if you scrolling your thumb, you going through the video, what would you stop and say, man, oh, this is funny, or this is entertaining, or I learned something, I like this, I would use this person. Whatever that answer is, that is what you need to shoot. You got to try to know what the people want before they want it. And you are the people. So just ask yourself.
Thank you. Shimon, we always used to talk about attracting who likes you, attracting your tribe and everything, and our folks. So piggybacking off of that, I want you to explain more about that with attracting tribe, but at the same time, how would you what was the question? What was my question? The initial question. I shifted
The
over the camera
you
shot.
don't you don't want
Yes.
to show up on camera. Okay, so this is
Yeah,
great for
the
me
camera
because
shot is overcoming that.
I am an introvert. I have extreme anxiety. I don't like being the center of attention. I don't like speaking in public. I tell people this and they're like, there's no way. Like, I would never know. Correct. Because you're not going to know. Um, Once I got over my anxiety, I remember when I first got into real estate, I thought I was just going to sell, homes. I didn't realize that I was going to have to be marketing. It just, the correlation didn't come to me. So when I was told that I had to start doing videos and things, I legit had a panic attack because I came from a complete scroller to now I have to show up on camera. And I remember my very, very first video, I had the builder help me with it. And I was like, what do I say? And so she literally was holding the camera and holding a sheet of paper to, for me to like go over the words of like what I was saying. And I was just reading off of it, and it sounded crazy. It sounded like a robot. It sounded absolutely insane. I got 5 leads off of that one video. And I just realized that like it just really doesn't matter. Nobody knows that you made a mistake, like Sports said. Like nobody knows. Nobody really cares. And you can't be scared to make money because there is money out here. Your people are out here. My boundaries at this point are ridiculously strong. I don't work with everybody. I say no to a lot of things, to a lot of people. If it doesn't align with what I want, I'm an energy person. So if the vibe is off, I'm out. And that's perfect. I love that for me. It makes my business and my life so much better. I only work with people that I want to work with, and I only do things that I want to do.
Thank you. Michael, you don't look shy on any of your videos, very confident. But if there was a time, can you tell me how you overcame it? And if not, what advice would you give for those that are camera shy?
I was never camera shy. I felt more uncomfortable when I wasn't being myself on camera. Now it's just like I'm just out there kicking it. I'm out there having a good time. I got my cameraman with me, and we just vibing. But um, like Sports said, I mean, if you want to make money, get on camera. I tell people video is where it's at. Like video is where it's at. So, people that's scared to get in front of the camera, you're missing out on a lot of money because that's where the world is right now. I remember they said, what does it say? It takes the average person takes them 7 times for you to touch them, right? To sell something. That stat came out years ago, right? Our attention span is a lot more shorter than it used to be, right? So you got to catch people's attention in video in like 3 seconds, and you got to touch them a few times to get their attention. So you that's just what it is right now. So get it over.
Lacey with the best quality productions I've seen. Production team. Have you been camera shy? I know you're not camera shy now, not the way your stuff come out. I
Yeah,
wonder how many takes you have.
it's
But
so funny
speak on that.
talking about this because I remember when the camera was first in my face and I was like, are you serious? No. And I did not want to do it at all. Not want to do it. And it's so funny looking at myself now, like I would jump in the camera. I don't even care. I just jump in this camera and just say what I need to say. So anybody, if they are camera shy, just know that that is a very initial reaction to have. But if you just think about the ultimate goal, which is your business, building your business, getting clientele, getting to the money, like when you think about those things, you got to put your fear to the side.
And you
Thank
got to
you.
know your shit. You can't, if whatever stuff you're speaking on,
Mhm.
that's where a lot of that shyness come in, is when you're not sure about what you're talking about. But if you're 100% confident in what you're talking about and can't nobody tell you nothing, then it'll show.
And
Yeah.
But
with that, you can
even
keep.
if you're not 100% confident, nobody else knows that you're not confident and that you don't know what you're talking about. So if you just appear like you're having a good time and you're, having fun with it, they're having fun with it too. So you just really got to get out of your own head, because everything it is that you're thinking and you're feeling, they don't know.
Mhm. That's true.
Don't overthink it. And yeah, to be confident, just touch on the basic stuff. I mean, you don't have to do the technical stuff that's out there. Just touch on a pre-approval or anything. It doesn't matter. It can be something basic. Albert, camera shyness.
I was super whack at first. I'm lucky enough I got exposed some, my wife is an actor, and so she helped me understand how to be more performative. But to everybody's point, the authenticity needs to come through. And I think for me, what allowed me to actually get better and give room and space for me to like practice is realizing that you get better over time. Your first video, right? Like to your point, your first video is not going to look like your 10th and your 15th and your 20th. And so, like Sports said and Michael said, this needs to be an essential part of your business if you're trying to grow. If you're trying to grow, you have to be doing video, and therefore you have to come to the realization that I need to practice at it. If it's really uncomfortable for you, you have to practice at it and give yourself an opportunity to get good at the craft, because it's a craft like anything else, right? It's like a cold call and selling. It's like branding. It's like marketing, right? It's like any other business mechanic. It's a craft, and you can get better at it over time.
Thank you. So staying with you, Albert. Do you believe in multiple pages? Like, let's say you have an Instagram page. Do you believe in personal and business and so forth?
Yes, and it becomes more needed or viable as you scale, right? Multiple entities, a holdings company. You have you've got multiple SKUs maybe of a product. In your world, sport events, right? Every event is its own product in a sense. So therefore, you need different pages for in that sense. But to me, for most solopreneurs and or local regional businesses, a personal and a business feels fine. For most people, they combine both. And back to the authenticity, if that's their flavor, that's totally cool too. I combine my business is the business because it's a corporation, right? It's big. It's bigger than me. It's a brand, right? That's growing. But Albert is a husband, a father, a CEO, and an entrepreneur. And I try to inspire people, right? And also show my learnings as a parent as I go with two little ones.
Do you show your business on your personal page?
I do more of like point to it. Yep. But I don't do business blended sense content on my page. We just do accept collaborations here and there, right? And make sure people know like that's where I spend 80, 90 hours a week on. You know what I mean? Because that's real to me. So
Lacey, what's your take? Especially now with you being in new construction, do you believe in multiple pages or just one solo page?
I just one solo, one solo. I just feel like and I guess it just depends on the business that you have. To me, I feel like people want to see, they want to be able to relate to you. They don't want to just hear me just keep talking, talking, talking. I feel like I'm able to gravitate to people who looks more like me. Um, Again, there's a lot of young professional real estate agents. And so I feel like the more they can relate to me with business and a little bit of personal, they're more likely to want to do business with me. And it has worked.
Yeah, it's like real estate and like I'm a realtor and or I'm a broker
Mhm.
and. So what is your and?
Yeah.
Kenwa, multiple pages or one?
Um, it just really, so I started with one, and I recently opened another Instagram account strictly for brands, but I really haven't been posting on it. I will, but it just really depends on like where you are. I'm still posting on my main page, and on my main page, I post everything. Because I post everything, real estate, content creation, showcasing places in Charlotte, showcasing, different things that I like. I started attracting brands from that. And also like this is a tip, put your email in your bio. You have no idea like the amount of hits you'll have just by people like contacting you from your email, like in your actual bio in your main page. But I started getting brand attention because I started posting other things other than real estate, and then they saw my real estate things as well. So one, and then expand upon as you need to.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'll just happen to be at the gym or doing something to say I'm a real estate agent. Next thing you know, they need help with something. Michael, multiple pages or one?
Yeah, I think if you have a brand, like what Albert said with Blended Sense, Blended Sense has a page and Albert has a page. So I think if you have a brand, your brand should have a separate page. Mostly for realtors, I feel like, if you're just a realtor, we should have one page. When I first got into real estate, I made a separate page, and my mentor at the time told me, you're a realtor. That's who you are. Let people on your page, know you're a realtor. And so that resonated with me. So I tell everybody, everything's in one page. You are your brand as a realtor. So.
Sport. I think I know your answer, but you control a good bit of pages though. They just don't know it's you.
Yeah, my answer is definitely one page. I get upset when people start another page. Like it bothers me for the rest of the day. But like they said, not in Albert's sense. It's totally different. Like he said, his brand is gonna be bigger than him. So like I own an autism care center. Like that's a whole different page. That has nothing to do with my personal page. That's gonna go on. That runs no matter what. But as a realtor, yeah, I look at it like this right here, right, y'all. So most people have, let's say you got 200 followers. I think a lot of times people on social media, they get caught up in the numbers. Like I got 70 something thousand followers. And they're like, well, I only got 150. That's 150 people. That's a lot of people, right? And so you got 150 people and they basically sitting out this window, right? And anytime you want to make an announcement to them, you just open up this window and you get to say, hey, I'm a realtor, right? The next day you get to open up this window and say, hey, I got an open house on Saturday. This is to 150 people now. So if you got 150 people outside of this window, anytime you want to make an announcement, why would you go way over here and open up another page and try to talk to these folks? Ain't nobody over there. Zero. You're gonna leave all these 150 people, and then you're gonna try to tell these 100 people, hey, look, follow me over here to this page. And then you get 3 or 4 of them, they go over there, and now you talking to these people because it look cleaner. I just think is one of the biggest mistakes that people make whenever they start is starting that other page and trying to transfer everybody over to the new page as a realtor. It just doesn't make sense. Like Lacey said, like Mike said, like everybody said, they want to see your personality, man. Common ground is what's going to get you most of your deals. If you got a dog and they got a dog, deal done. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You got kids, they got kids, deal done. You know what I mean? I done got a lot of them just from running these marathons. Now that I run so much out in the community, I'm like a big realtor in the running community. So they need to see your real life. So yeah, I say one page like everybody else.
Staying with you, sport. Do you believe in quality over quantity, or is it better to just show up daily, even if it's not perfect?
Definitely. Um, this is this is the only time I would say this. I'm teaching my son something very different at this point in time. He's been 16. But I would say quantity over quality for me, posting wise. But my quantity still gonna be of some sort of quality. You know what I mean? But you need to post. You need to keep it going. Keep it going. Don't wait for the perfect post. I have a few things that I just don't like. If my lighting is bad or if I'm showing the house and it just looks dark or something, I'm just not doing it. I'll go back and post one from 3 years ago before I post that one. But other than that, I would say you want to keep going. It's definitely quantity over quality and waiting for the perfect one.
I like that. And like I like to say, constant consistency at a high level. So like you said, you're not just
Mm,
posting anything, you're still looking at that, but it doesn't have to be that picture perfect movie theater look.
right.
Albert, same question. Quantity over quality. Or
Man, showing up, whatever that means. To sports point, right? If people have a standard of quality that they just it's a hard line for them, and if you have that, then show up as much as you need to make the impact that you're trying to make, right? And so I just think in a world where y'all are selling, everybody, the audience here is real estate agents. Y'all are selling cribs. People are buying cribs every single day. Then to me, it's showing up every single day. And if you have the free opportunity to communicate with those folks that are thinking about buying a crib today, tomorrow, a year from now, etc. To sports point, why not do it? So I just think showing up consistently is the key, and that means different things for everybody. But when you commit to showing up, you better show up, because when you don't, that's something just like in real life. The internet won't let you down when you start not showing up and being spotty. So
yep, thank you. Chinwa, quality or quantity.
I think it's both. I think you definitely have to be consistent, and you have to figure out, because it can be very overwhelming. Even if you have a schedule, even if you have whatever, it's just overwhelming. It's just what it is. So even if you're not showing up on your page every day, you need to be posting in your stories, and vice versa, whatever. You need to figure out like what kind of healthy way that you can show up for your people, because once you get them, they're watching you like TV, so they're expecting to get their fix from you every day, like, and that's just what it is. And once they get their fix, they're like, okay, cool. It doesn't, and you don't even have to be super polished. Sometimes I come up on my stories and I still have my scarf on, or I'm in my robe and I'm talking about my day and or telling a story or whatever. So whatever it is that you're comfortable with, I'm not saying everybody do that, but whatever it is that you're comfortable with, your people want to see you. They're watching you.
We got to get their fix. I like that. And social media is the new TV. People checking that before the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Lacey, quality over quantity. Have you done one with a bonnet on your head?
No, I
I
have
was
not.
gonna say I can't
No,
recall for you.
no, but I'm going to piggyback what she says. Consistency is always going to win. Perfection will definitely kill your momentum. Seriously. You do want to be able to balance it out, but the thing is, people are just going to connect to what's real. You know what I mean? People is really going to connect to what's real. Like her saying that, you got to think there's a lot of people that's working from home, that's sitting in their house and that do not put on clothes. So they're going to be able to resonate with her and be like, you know what, she real, she looks like me, and she giving me information, the details I need to know. I trust her. So let me go to her. And I feel comfortable going to her because she looks like me and she's more relatable too. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like you still have to have a little both. So long as that as you're posting, you're putting stuff out and you can balance out both, then you're good. But definitely don't kill yourself trying to have videographer all the time. If you got something that you need to get out, just get on something, just at least post in your story. If you're not posting something every day, I love what she said, just at least posting something in your story. Always giving something to your audience, whether if that's just you entertaining them, whether if you want to educate them, whether if you just want to show them a nice house, your tour of your day, or whatever. So
Yep. Michael,
Yeah, because
same
people will forget about you, and the algorithm will forget about you. I was busy between like in March. I had a busy March, and I didn't post I didn't post a reel for the entire March. And when I came back and posted, my numbers were horrible for my next few posts. So you got to stay consistent and stay in front of your people, because people will forget you. The algorithm will forget you. So it's definitely quantity over quality for me. Of course, you want to put out good stuff. Like John said, like Sports said, there's a few things that I don't like. Bad audio kills me. If the audio is bad on my video, I'm gonna have to shoot it again. But other than that, you got to get stuff out there.
Yep. So staying with you, Michael. So we're not just posting, we're strategic when we're posting because like Sport and a couple of you said, if you don't want to make money, then if you don't want to post, you don't want to make money. So we're obviously making money. We're obviously posting because we're looking for some money. So that leads me to you're also authentic while you're on the camera, unless you're like Albert and you got a spouse that can coach you in acting, but not saying he's not authentic, but he got some acting lessons along the way. But my question is, how do you keep showing up? No, I'm sorry. How do you be strategic all while being authentic, being yourself? So how are you going for your goals of getting leads, or is that even a target? Or are you just naturally bringing them your way?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. When I first got on, my goal was to turn, Instagram into a lead generation, system pretty much because just pretty much free leads. Just leads I don't have to pay for. That was my thought process, right? If I can get them through Instagram, get them liking me, and get them in my inbox, and turn them into leads, then I'm good. So, there is a system. But I think just getting people to like you first, and getting people to be a part of your tribe. I have informative content as well, but I want to get people drawn in, and once I get people drawn in, and you drawn into me, then I'm gonna hit you with everything you need to know, and they're like, oh, this dude, he's funny, he like me, he's relatable, and he knows stuff. So I just like to draw people in. I do a lot more entertaining content than informative content, honestly, at this point, because I just want I want to draw people in. People know I'm a realtor, and once you get in front of me, I'm gonna show you what I do.
From your entertainment content, is that also bringing you clients?
Yeah, it has. So it's bumped the business up. I am strategic with it on the back end as well. So they don't just stay in my DMs, right? I get them over into my CRM. I nurture them. I do all that with them. So I keep them. I keep myself in front of them outside of social media as well. So I've been turning my last most 90% of my deals right now are coming from Instagram. So
Cool. Lacey, same thing. How do you balance being authentic online while still being strategic with what you share?
Well, I feel just because you're strategic with something doesn't mean that you can't be authentic, you know. Um, so that's one, but I just feel like it just depends on where you're coming from. So if you're getting on, you're doing social media and is you're trying to help people understand interest rates, what an arm is, all that good stuff, you can still figure out how to do it, but knowing on the back end is to really help people. So as long as you feel like I feel like as long as whatever you're putting out there is to genuinely help people, they can leave learning something new, then it's authentic. So
Gotcha. Shinwa, same thing. How do you strategize while being you, especially not wanting to deal with people?
Yeah, it's interesting. I use that to my advantage, and I'm just really honest. So my personality has like two modes. I can be quiet as a church mouse, like not speak at all. Or I'm the center of attention, and I don't know who that person is sometimes. It just comes out of nowhere. But I use what I don't like to my advantage. So what I mean by that, because I am naturally shy, and I don't like being the center of attention, I use that to my advantage, and I say that I'm honest about it. I'm super transparent about it. I think like if I was to show up, me personally, if I was to show up with full face of makeup, or to wear heels, or to wear a 40-inch bust down, like down my back, that's not authentic to me. That's not who I am. If I was to show up with, I don't know, like some like jeans and a little blouse, that's me. Like this is me. I am short, short haircut, long colorful nails, like super bubbly. Like that's me. When I'm having bad days, I don't like tell, like every time I'm having a bad day, I don't say that I'm having a bad day, but if I'm having a bad day, I'll come on and say I'm aggravated, this is what's going on with this deal, real estate is ghetto sometimes, blah 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 blah. But I may not say it like that, but I'm still saying it in a way that's like resonating with my people, that they're like, oh, it's not all glitz and glams. It's not just opening doors like most people think it is. It's not, there are real challenges, and I'm able to provide solutions with it. So you just really have to be honest with yourself and how you want to show up. And I promise you, your people will resonate.
Yeah, if I saw you with a whole bunch of makeup sitting behind a desk, I'd be like, is that Chinwa real? Like you being in front
Exactly.
right now, that's your setting.
This is correct. This is my office. This is my office here.
That's
This is
real.
me.
Sport, the exact opposite. Like people, deal with people, the Hollywood host, but being authentic and strategic at the same time. Touch on it for me.
I think I don't really see the correlation between the two. I think your authenticism has nothing to do with the strategy. My strategy is I'm gonna show you the Big Mac, but I ain't gonna give you no details on it. You know what I mean? Like if you see anything I post, like I'm not giving you price, I'm not giving you the amount of bedrooms. You got to DM me, Jack. And as soon as you DM me, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like soon, how much was that last one? And I'm still not answering. Oh, you the last one I just posted? Oh, it's a great home. Are you looking right now? I'm gonna walk you all the way down for you get any answer. So that's my strategy. But as far as just being authentic, I can't help it. You know what I mean? Like Michael said earlier, I quick story. When you first brought me into EXP, Benny, we went to go meet we went to meet with our whole upline. And it was more the black people it was a little bit of black people, right? And so we get in there and I'm like, all right, bet I'm doing real estate. My name is John. I'm practicing in the car. I'm like, John, right? My name is John, right? So I still got my old promoter, this loud, big old Range Rover on 24s, blue and white. So I parked that way in the back. I'm like, I don't want them to see the promoter range. I'm gonna put that all the way in the back. I walk up and I'm practicing. My name is John, right? John. I walk in and Benny all the way in the back, and he knew I wanted to sit with him. So he's trying to tell me to sit beside him. So he stand up in the middle in front of everybody like, hey yo, sport. And I'm like, damn it, Benny. like I'm John. And so I start walking back, and then one of the older Caucasian ladies, she was like, sport. And I was like, yeah, well, it's John. We grew up together. And she's like, no, you should go with sport. There's too many Johns in the world. Like, I've never heard sport before. In that moment, I was like, oh, they rock with the kid. Oh, it's over now. Now I know. So then, that kind of confirmed just to be real. We keep saying the same thing, but to really be authentic to the smallest creed of authenticity. Like you have to be yourself because that's gonna attract who you want to work with.
Thank you. Yeah, I remember when we had the conversation. I was like, you need to stick with sport
Yeah, you told me that too. Yep.
because you're gonna bring the people that know sport. Now, who knows John?
I thought I had to be all clean and all that.
We all do at first. Closing table and sweatsuits. Albert. Um, what type? Well, with blended sense, I don't really want to ask that. So, what type of content are you are you putting on blended sense page that's attracting folks? Is there a certain type of
Yeah.
content
Yeah.
coming from the business
And
page?
And I think to the sports point, like the question of authenticity and strategy, like if you're mission driven, right, and you got like a purpose to go help people, right, and impact, like that should align with the kind of content you're putting out. And like for us at Blended Sense, it kind of speaks to that, right? Our mission is to empower business owners to be able to embed video in their business at scale, right, and do it cost effectively, reliably, et cetera. And so for us, it's a lot of collaborations with our customers. So the content that we create for them, there's messaging that says, "Hey, send us a collab," because for us, the marketing is the product, right? And so we work with Lacey. We do a video with Lacey. Lacey posts that and sends us a collab. Now our audiences see each other. Anybody that follows Lacey is like, "Oh, I love Lacey's videos. Who made that video with her?" And then they tend to reach out, right? So that's a big part of our strategy. And then everything else is educational and entertaining around the main pillars and pain points that we know business owners that are trying to do video go through every day, right? The time, the resources, the know-how, the dealing with the production guy, the old school production guy that's trying to charge you a full day rate to come film a property, charging you for every lens, right? Telling you how much their cameras cost, and that's why they're so expensive. And so we just speak to those things that we know are main pain points to the people we're serving.
Thank you. Got a few questions in the chat that I'm looking at. So, Lacey, and well, everyone can take this. As it relates to IG, what's your recommended profile type? Basic, creator, or business? I think I'm a creator. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you're a creator?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it gives you the most options to reach out.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, same thing? Chinua?
I'm a creator, but I hide what what that is. But I'm a creator because it does give you the most options.
Yeah. Sport, you too?
Yep.
Albert, are you something different on your personal than business?
No, we were business, and then we changed to creator on the Blended Sense for all the reasons
So
you just
even your
mentioned.
business page is creator.
Yes, and we kind of did some cross referencing on some big brands, and they are also creators for the most part. So I'm sure there's some businesses out there, but a lot of them are creators as well.
Staying with you, Albert. Another question in the chat. What systems do you all use for lead capture and conversion through social media channels? Do you use the system?
Yeah, we have HubSpot, which is a little bit more robust, and I wouldn't recommend that. I would say you guys, there's a lot of other platforms that are more catered to the real estate flow. But I would just say the one that if you're the one that's going to drive it and you don't have somebody operationally that's going to drive it for you, it's got to be whichever one you feel most comfortable with and can get repetition in, because you're going to have to be pressing the buttons, right, and putting the system in place. And so there are a lot, the marketplace is so mature now that if you do some research on the top 10, pick one of those that feel right for you, and go with that.
Thank you. Sport, are you still entertaining mini chat, the auto responses?
I tried it for a while, but I'm just a little too old school and like hands on. Like I rather talk to you like, you know, I feel like it's situational. So like if I go on vacation, I might cut it on, but it might be a chick. She need a little bit of flirting to get her over the, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of, liking of a picture or something to get her over the edge. Or it might be a guy that you like, hey bro, I see you been in the gym, bro. Keep doing your thing. Well, stuff like that. So I do it if I'm going away for a while, but for the most part, that's just all me.
Yeah, it's hard to personalize AI regardless of what they come up with. Like it says that little bit. Lacey, any systems that you use for lead capture and conversion through social media?
CRM.
Just
I
your
put
C.
everything. I put everything to my CRM.
Yep.
hmm
That's like me. Chinwa.
I still use mini chats, but I also hit them up directly. So whenever I get a new follower on IG or Facebook, yeah, on all platforms really, they get an automatic response of like, "Hey girl, thank you so much for following my page. This is what I'm about. Blah 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 blah. Like, welcome to the crew." So I use that as in addition to mini chats, but I also slow walk them when I see that they've clicked on something, or they're interested, but they didn't like go through mini chats. Somebody, Rachel just asked in the comments. Um, and then I also use Notion and ClickUp because I work with brands. So I have to make sure that I have everything scheduled. I have to make sure that it's the same thing as real estate as far as like following up, negotiating contracts, getting back with people. All of those things are like the same, but it's a little bit more intricate because it's different people that you're talking to. Um, I also use Follow Up Boss in addition to my CRM with my firm, because I also believe, this is just me personally, that you should also have your own separate CRM for yourself. And I also use Flowdesk to help me make things pretty for my audience.
So you got a whole
It's a system, but it
military.
works. It
No, I get it.
Before it was all over the place, but now it works and it makes sense. But that took time. That took time to figure out that I needed these different things.
How about you, Michael?
So I use Go High Level for everything. Go High Level for me is everything I need in one system. So it's my CRM, it's my booking system for people to book consultations with me. It's my website is on there. Everything I need to do, my email blast, everything is through Go High Level. So I use Bold Trails to lead clients just to my EXP website, but I don't really use Bold Trails the CRM. So even with the the mini chat, I use that. I don't use it to really engage in conversation, but I use it maybe in some DM to comment to DM stuff. Just if I'm trying to give out some free information, or I'm trying to get people to come to the DM, then I'll use that to drive them to my DM, and then I'll take over the conversation. But for me, everything is run through Go High Level, because everything is automated and it's easy for my business just to run, and I don't have to always be the one sending out the email or always be the one following up with the client. The system kind of does that for me, and I pick it up when I need to.
Yep. Thank you. Let's pause right here, y'all, for some questions. In the meantime, while folks are gathering their questions, if you haven't done so already, drop how people can reach you in the comments. If that's IG, your IG tag, your email, however they can however they can reach you. Just drop there. And while we're doing that, does anyone have any questions for anyone or for everyone?
Well,
Cool.
I'm going to ask a question since it's so quiet. The reason why I asked the question about systems that you use, because I think that, when you're getting into this, like, first you got to figure out how to do real estate, then you got to figure out how to market yourself, and then you got to figure out how to keep up with everything. And so that's what I was wondering about the automations. And I think it was Chinwe. Thank you, because you map it out for agents. It's like you have to have, even if you're doing social media and people come and like they see who you are, like are there like flows to get it into your CRM from your social media, or is that more of a manual process for everyone? And I think everyone kind of covered those questions, but it can be so overwhelming. I like how Michael said it. I think it was both Chinua and Michael that said it was like a step process. But maybe one of y'all could walk us through like how you got there and at what point you decided systems made sense in your business, because they can get expensive. And I know Go High Level it's like it's something you build out, right?
No, for me, Go High Level's like it's $97 a month, but it's it's 100% worth it, because you get to delete so many other subscriptions that we use. But I'm be honest with you, I have a VA who built out a lot of stuff for me. Like, I told them how I wanted it built out, and they built it out for me. So I don't like spending much time with the behind the scenes tech stuff. That's not my forte. I like being in front of the people and dealing with the client. So I outsourced that, had somebody else build it out for me.
For me, it's Chinwab. But call me Chin. It's okay, girl. I know what my parents name me. For me, it took me being very overwhelmed and trying to figure. I'm not tech savvy. Oh, let me start. I am not tech savvy. Did y'all not see me having microphone issues? Yeah, that's my life, like every day. I don't know what I'm doing. I still say that I don't know what I'm doing, and I say that I'm figuring it out all the time, and I'm always changing and like seeing what works best for me and my brain and my like business. For everything that I have, it's $120 a month. I'm super, super cheap, like super cheap. I like to have experiences. I don't like spending my money on unnecessary things. And it can get costly. So everything that I use is $120, and it serves me. And when I see that it no longer serves me, I remove it.
I think that was I'll jump in real quick. That was my biggest mistake when I first started was, and I always tell people, I think the first thing to do before you post a video, before you do anything, is learn your CRM inside and out, know where you're going to place these people, and to kind of break it down, because Benny used to just overload me with information. But what a CRM is pretty much your home base. It's your brain. That's where like everything is all your clients will be. And you want to learn like drip campaigns and like how to stay in touch with them. The drip campaigns are going to be consistent, automatic emails and text messages and stuff and reminders to call them. So before you post anything, before you even tell anybody you're doing real estate, in my opinion, learn it inside and out, because I've missed out on so much money moving too fast. You might put up a video and think no one cares, but believe it or not, that first video gets a lot of love. You know what I mean? When you first announce that you just switch lanes, that's gonna get a lot of love, and it's gonna bring in some clients. And they made and I remember when I first started, people would be like, I'm not looking till next October. And I'd be like, bro, why are you telling me that now? I didn't know that that was like a real thing. Like, Like next October is like, it's real. Like put that on the calendar. You know what I mean? Like, so you want to make sure you really, 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 really. My advice be like sit down, learn those CRMs inside and out, and then proceed in all your marketing and stuff so that you know where to place these leads when you get them.
Man, what you said was so key because I see so many agents make that mistake. They're like, oh, okay, well, I'll just let me know when you're ready. But if you don't have systems to stay on top, they will find somebody else that just meets them at the right moment. And you're like, well, why didn't you call me? Why didn't
Yeah.
you call me?
And husbands and wives are never on the same page. So like if you in on with the husband, the wife got somebody else she want to use, and vice versa. So it's gonna go down to who communicates the most with them.
Get those agreements as far out as you can.
Right.
That's your business. Who Albert just placed something in the chat. If you guys want to take a look at it, some of the top videos we see in real estate across the U.S. They want to chat that, put that down. Thank you, Albert. And this was great. Let's clap it up for our panel today. If you can clap or if you can do an emoji, a thumb up, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you all for coming on. Like I said, if you haven't done so already, please drop a way that they can contact you, follow you, or reach you for everything. Anything else from any of the panelists before I jump on a couple of announcements? Cool.
I'll say something. So really quick, if
Mhm.
you're an agent, and I think most of the people on here are agents, if you're an agent, there's so much money to be made on social media, not just in real estate alone, but there's so much money to be made in social media. Working with brands this year has paid my bills all for the summer. So for the 3 months of summer, it's paid my bills, and it's also like paid for me, to do vacations in July. It's paid for all of that. So there are other lanes and ways to make money, not just in real estate via social media. So figure out what you like to do, what's your passion. Yes, one of them is UGC. Figure out what you like to do, what your passion is, and go for it. And don't be scared, and don't think this is oversaturated or whatever.
Thank you, Chan. So for a few announcements, as mentioned, this is not just for agents. This is not for just for EXP agents. However, from the Black EXP Network, we have a few things coming up. With this event, with what we're doing right now, the Mastermind is every fourth Thursday of the month. One of those Thursdays does fall on EXP Con week, but we will still have that meeting. EXP Con, we have a Black EXP Network presented yacht party. What date is that? Rachel Mario.
It is October 20th. It's a Monday.
Okay. It's in Miami in case anyone is interested. You do not have to be an EXP agent. You don't have to be an agent. You can come and just have fun with us. So if you want more information about that, just contact me.
Or
Every
click on that link that I just dropped.
We'll drop the link in there. What is it? Every second Tuesday of the month is our tribe trainings where we are teaching tricks and trades within the real estate business. Um, I think that's pretty much it. Mario, Rachel, am I missing anything? That's our major things. Cool. So
We
with that
have
said,
a really great community here at Black EXP Network. So if you're not following us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram, and follow everybody here on Instagram. We have a YouTube page as well. So if you like the masterminds or the trainings, you forgot to take notes and want to go back and view them, all of that is on our YouTube page. Mario, I don't know if you here and available can drop the link to that. Probably the best thing is to drop our link tree. So give me a second and see, we over here trying to figure out our systems too. That's
yeah,
why I'm asking y'all.
he dropped it. He dropped it.
Okay, thank you.
We're
Found
good.
it. I
Thank you,
found it.
everyone. And for those that's going to listen in to the recording, appreciate it. Thank you, Michael, Lacey, Sport, Chin, Albert. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, everyone have
Thank
a
y'all.